Hi, I'm Margaret and this is Terry Tremwel, and we want to welcome you to our home. It's a solar home and we hope you'll enjoy the visit. Well, this house is what we call a house for life, and so we wanted it to be something that would be readily accessible and to have doorways that were wide enough that it could accommodate a wheelchair if we needed it, and that we would be able to access living areas on each level.
Because we have the elevator. If the house had spread out, it would have had a larger footprint on the land. So it does two things. It allows us to be able to use the house longer in the house for life concept. I have Parkinson's, and someday I think I'll probably end up in a wheelchair, and so we'll be able to live in the house longer.
It's made to be handicap accessible, wheelchair accessible, and this is one of the better features. First of all, this is just our linen closet, but it has our tankless water heater in there, which is very nice because it instantaneously will make the hot water, and we don't waste any water when we want to shower or be here at the sink. And then we have the double sinks here that are a little bit lower height so that you could get to them from a sitting position. And then a rather large area here where the toilet is, and several handlebars that can help with stability as needed. And then our best feature is the shower itself. And then we have two sets of shower heads. One of them has the hand-held showering so that you could actually take a shower from a seated position, and then the overhead. The other thing, which is kind of nice in the winter time, is there's some inlaid heating under the tiles. And so that was actually a gift for me, that there's heating by my sink and in front of this area here, the dressing area, so that when I get up in the morning to take a shower, I don't get cold.
Suzanne, the architect, she gave us lots of ideas, but it was a very interactive process. So one of my contributions was having the clear stories, which includes the bathroom windows, so that extends the south-facing roof even more and gives us lots of space on the main part of the roof and over the garage. Radiation, conduction, and convection are all important to account for when building a house. And Orlo's been very careful over the years, something that he's learned how to minimize the energy consumption of a house. Winter and summer, and with the visors over the windows, the south-facing windows. Materials are another aspect of building a sustainable house. Insulation and the ice house roof takes advantage of all three aspects of convection, conduction, and radiation. The ice house roof is a conception of Orlo's to separate the roof surface, which gets the solar radiation, it gets hot, from the interior of the house, and have airflow in between. And so that the eaves are well ventilated, and then you have good ventilation up top, and that causes a flow of air and keeps the house more reasonable temperature, even without using the AC. Flooring is bamboo or tile.
And also, bamboo will regrow in 2 years. So we wanted to be sure that we didn't impact the climate.
And the decking is all composite decking, made largely from discarded bottles, plastic bottles, and 15% from sawdust.
We have a wood burning stove that we use in the winter time. I like it because at night it really can heat us up, and it's wonderful to look at.
Sets the mood. Mm-hmm. And it takes air from the outside and it exhausts to the outside, so it doesn't exchange any air with the room at all. Well, there, how you take the power from the DC solar panels and invert it to 240 to go out on the grid.
Acquiring enough energy in the summertime to sustain us in the winter time.
Right. Yeah. So we've generated nearly 67 megawatt hours in 3.5 years, which is a lot of power that we've generated, and it closely matches what our consumption's been for 2 cars and the house.
And so our monthly bill is just the connection fee for SPECO,
which is now $11.33 a month. 42 panels on the main part of the house and 10 over the garage. And the idea was to be able to offset electric vehicles and the consumption of the house itself. So that's what Orlo calls Net Zero Plus.
One of the interesting things that we found after the house was built is that Terry was a teacher at the university, and he would have classes and invite the students to come over. And what he found is that just showing them this house showed people that they can do this, and it's reasonable to be able to do this. And so it really got a lot of people interested in doing the same thing with their homes. And so that's been very gratifying for us.